Lions TV, we are sponsored by Regal Elevators and Lifts Consultants Limited, a company that is owned and operated by a Millwall fan, just like every single one of the sponsors that you can see in and around my giant Swede. If you are going to do a bit of business, then please keep it in the Millwall family by checking out all of our sponsors' website links in the description below. This is a little bit of a midweek VT where we're going to cover Tuesday night's 2-2 draw against Wigan at the Den. A frustrating evening all round, and we're going to look ahead to Birmingham away on Saturday where Gary Rowett returns to the club that sacked him in 2016 in search of his second away win on the bounce. Let's start out with Tuesday night's game and looking back to a beautiful night in South Bermondsey under the lights. Well, I hate to say I called it, but I'm going to do a Joe O'Mara and say I called it. I went with a 0-0 or a 1-1 draw. It was, in fact, 2-2. And early in the game, I said to Mini-Me, even though it might have been a little bit predictable as they scored after 3 minutes, but I said there's going to be goals in this one tonight, and we wasn't wrong. We changed formation. We went with a 4-5-1, which on paper may look a bit defensive. It may look a bit defensive on paper, but I think the idea was it was going to be more of a 4-3-3 with Mahoney and Jed getting forward in support of Bradshaw. Because we went 1-0 down after 3 minutes, as I often say to my VCD boys, we cannot afford to start slow because it can change the whole complexion and whole game plan. So we go 1-0 down inside 3 minutes, long diag into the box, doesn't really get dealt with. Murray Wallace, I felt, who had a good game other than that, he can sort of see that coming, but he doesn't go to the guy. He sort of goes to go, then he stops. I don't know if he realises he isn't going to make it. Listen, it's a great finish from Anthony Pilkington. You cannot knock the finish. Out of his feet, left foot, and a beautiful finish across Bulkowski, and we're 1-0 down. After that, let's be honest, Kiefer Moore caused us a few problems in the air, and Wigan could have been 2-3-0 up by the time we started to get back into the game, which was about 20 minutes on the clock. I'll tell you what, a few people said Jed Wallace didn't play that well. This is where I'm going to go the other way. Jed Wallace, I thought, was brilliant again Tuesday, and his deliveries, again, I was thinking, is that a thing that's improved since Gary Rowett has come in? Absolutely. Is there something, has he learned something already in terms of his deliveries? As a professional footballer at 26 years old, is Jed? I'd say no, but listen, you never know these days. A new coach can bring in different ideas, and Jed Wallace's crosses, as much as I've slagged them off in the past, were all absolutely sensational, and it's through an absolutely brilliant cross that Jed Wallace slings one in, and the skipper rises high to head the equaliser in the same net that he scored against Charlton, second home game in a row, and it was very similar to his goal against Charlton. I said before, you'll notice Jake Cooper's not scoring many now, but I think we're using Cooper as a little bit of a decoy in the box now to create some space for Hutchinson, and my God, did Hutchinson hang in the air for an eternity, but it was an absolute brilliant cross from Jed. After that, 1-1, we're back in the game. And until half-time, it only looked like there was going to be one team that was going to win it. I do understand what the Chipmeister General was saying in his post-match chatting Chip. We had a pop at them without really causing too many problems. Bradshaw worked tirelessly up front. I thought the midfield central three did okay. I would like to see Ben Thompson a little bit more involved further forward. But as I said, if you're on the back foot, that is difficult to obtain. But we went in at half-time, the better side, we had a lot of possession and we sort of created chances, but nothing too clear-cut. I don't really remember their goalkeeper having, too many difficult saves to make. But we go in at half-time confident, thinking, it's only a matter of time now in his second half. At half-time, Conor Mahoney was dragged and Matt Smith comes on. Listen, I'm a big fan of Conor Mahoney because I know what he can do. We've seen what he can do in pre-season, and I think his confidence has been affected by what happened under Neil Harris, and that will take time to get back. I don't think he was as bad as some people were saying. I don't think it was as bad as warranted in taking him off at half-time. But he does have pace, because I've seen the turn of pace that he's got, but he didn't have that in his locker. And maybe that comes with getting a few 90 minutes under his belt. I'm not sure, but there was a time there in the first half where the ball had the chance, flipped off someone, and it got through, and he was through pretty much, but I said to Mini-Me, he's going to stop it. He'll turn back because he didn't have the pace to drive forward. If that was a Jed or that was Bradshaw, sure, that would have been another goal for us. But Mahoney does seem to, at the minute, lack that turn of pace. A little bit like Jason Van Bleur. Remember Jason Van Bleur, left winger, skillful on the ball, but didn't have a turn of pace. And I think as a winger, you absolutely have to have that, as well as a bag of tricks. But I think time, I think it's going to come from Mahoney. I hope it comes from Mahoney because, again, I thought we showed some great touches on the ball. He's definitely a footballing footballer, if that makes sense. But he was dragged at half-time in favour of Matt Smith, which proves again, Gary Rowett's intent. He's going for the win there. You can't knock the gaffer for that. He is going for the win. He's never happy with a point, and that's testament to him. Very different to our previous manager's tactics, whose name I've promised myself I won't mention. But we come out for the second half and we think, and I'm talking to the people at half-time, we're going to go for this now. It's going to be 3 points on the board. But again, we start slow. Again, it's a diag that does us, but it's the other way around this time. 10 minutes gone in the second half. Marlon Romeo caught flat-footed, caught out of position. Man gets in behind him and he drills it hard and low across the box. It goes under Bulkowski's body, but it went at such pace. He doesn't get his hand down first, but he goes at such pace that I don't think he can be held accountable for that. I say that because at the time I see he didn't get his hand down, but just the sheer pace of the ball and the amount of bodies in the box, I don't think there's anything he could have done. He did, in fact, according to, I think it was John Kelly reported it on Twitter, he apologised to Gary Rowett after the game for the second goal, which shows the stature of the man. But Gary Rowett said to him, there is no need to apologise, big man. And again, it then affects 10 minutes in, we're 2-1 down, it affects the substitution that Rowett's just made. It affects the half-time team talk he's just given. It swings the pendulum and the momentum of the game. And again, you're fighting an uphill battle. You cannot afford to start slow, first half or second half. Is it a concentration thing? I'm not sure. That's what I put it down to on Sundays with my under-13. So it does just go to show it can happen in professional football. And again, we've changed formation with an intent to go and win the game. And we've now got to equalise. We've got to chase the game. We do get a breakthrough. It comes around the hour mark, I believe. And it's a brilliant cross from Sean Williams. And it just shows, listen, if you get them balls into the box, then the big man will get on the end of them. Matt Smith, not the most mobile, not the greatest footballer, but can be very effective for our team if given a chance and if given the right deliveries to get on the end of into the box. It shows, again, it's a great header from Smith. They just can't deal with his sheer... listen, he's obviously got good position. He knows where he needs to be, but his sheer size, physique, stature, and just power in the box, they can't deal with it. And he is a very good string to our bow, should we say, to come off the bench. But again, he's not a starter for me. And Gary Rowett has proven. I don't think our aforementioned manager really sussed it, but I think Rowett and even Barrett before him has proved how best to utilise, shall we say, Matt Smith. That word was knocking around my head for ages. I was trying to find it, but I couldn't. After that, was we the better side? I don't think we was. I think either teams had chances. Wigan tried a few shots from distance. The crowd, we always want them to, but the crowd were trying to get behind it a little bit, even though it was a shocking turnout from both sets of fans, if I'm honest. But we just couldn't get it over the line. Again, I don't really recall their goalkeeper having much saves of note to make, and I'm probably on reflection, a draw was a fair result. I did make note of and said it in my full-time reaction that fitness was massive for us. We really seemed to run out of gas towards the end of the game, and some players looked absolutely dead on their feet towards the end of it, which, after a very hard away game against Swansea, on Saturday, a good away win, fatigue can creep in, and we utilised the squad well over the last few games. We obviously Malumbi played no part on Saturday, but Varson played the majority of the game on Saturday. Neither of those, Malumbi come back in, and Varson played no part. Bradshaw should have been fresh, and I've got to say he worked absolutely tirelessly up front. He was superb again for me, Bradshaw. But yeah, all in all, a fair result, a result I expected. It can just happen, can't it? And I think, again, I know it might sound strange, but if we play that game on a Saturday at home with a decent home crowd, I think we win the game, no problems. But there it is. You've got to be able to be versatile and play in different conditions on different days, and that can show the strength and the mentality of your squad. So 2-2, probably a fair result, all in all. And this Saturday we venture away from the Den to the beautiful Midlands and one of Gary Rowett's ex-clubs, Birmingham City. And so we move on to Saturday's pre-match prediction. As I've already said, we travel to Birmingham, Gary Rowett's former club. They sacked him in 2016 in favour of Gianfranco Zola. And that must have seemed like a lifetime now to Rowett, as he's managed Derby and Stoke since then, before obviously moving on to manage the mighty Lions. They are now managed by Pep Clotet. I know absolutely nothing about Pep Clotet other than he's got a really fun name to say, and according to recent reports from Gary Monk, he's an absolute snake. He played Gary Monk's team yesterday. They drew 1-1 at Hillsborough, and he refused to shake hands after the game. I don't know what's gone on there, but if you fancy looking into it, it's probably plastered all over Tinternet. Birmingham are without a win in their last 4 games. Although having said that, they have won 3 out of their last 4 at St Andrews. So they will be expecting and needing 3 points against Millwall on Saturday. We've obviously got a bit of history with Birmingham. We've got a little bit of, I don't know whether they'll have a little sense of entitlement. They should be beating us. We've beaten them at St Andrews the last 2 seasons. Last season, if you remember, in the orange kit when Ben Thompson really announced himself on the day and scored 2 goals, and that was after the game when all the players and all the staff were in the huddle on the pitch after the game, which sort of set us on the run to staying in the division. The year before that, we won 1-0 away in the black kit, and Fred Onyedinma came off the bench to get the goal. So they'll be looking for a result against us on Saturday. They currently sit in 15th place, only 1 point below us. So a win for them on Saturday will swing the pendulum in their favour. It's going to be a good day. I'm expecting a big home crowd with an expectancy, as I said, of getting 3 points, and a confident Millwall side with a decent following. It all adds for fireworks, boys and girls, at St Andrews this Saturday. So this is your pre-match prediction, and here we go. I honestly haven't really thought much about this game and what the score could be. I'm running badly behind this week. I struggled to get videos out Tuesday night, and yesterday, for some reason, my laptop has decided to play up. So, what do I think? I'm going to go for another 2-2. A 2-2 draw with Tom Bradshaw. And who else? I always say the same people. Let's go with Tom Bradshaw. Let's go with Sean Williams to get a long-range effort, a wand, to stick one in the net. Big fan of these, obviously. I'm going to go with Sean Williams and Tom Bradshaw to get our goals in a 2-2 draw. And again, it'll be another very good point on the road. So that is your lot for this Thursday club. I hope you have enjoyed it. There hasn't been a fan score predictions. As I've said, I'm running badly behind, so I haven't asked the boys to put it on the WhatsApp group, so they haven't put it on the WhatsApp group. I may try and stick one out tomorrow if I get the chance to, but if not, all normal videos and service will be resumed on Saturday at St Andrews. We travel up to Birmingham, should be a good day out, should be a decent crowd, and hopefully the Rowett revolution can continue. That's the 3rd take I've done trying to get that right, but finally, we got there. I'll see you in Birmingham Saturday, boys and girls, if you're going. Please subscribe to Lions TV. Come on, you Lions.